the question is always, how did you get the mass? Like, did you grind in the weight room and did you eat a caloric surplus and like work your butt off to get it? Or is that just what your body naturally wanted to have? Did you just grow into that body? If your body naturally wanted to have that weight, it's probably there for a reason. Your body doesn't make mistakes like that. So for us to go in and say that our conscious minds are smarter than his body, I think we're crazy.
Yeah.
So if you're saying, hey, you naturally have that, but we need to strip you down, I think you could have bigger problems on the back end, because how do we strip the weight off? Is he fat? He's not fat. He's pretty lean.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if his body fat is, 15%, 12, 15%, yeah, we could get him a little more lean. For the most part, like, you could see the veins in his shoulders.
Yeah.
So he's super lean. So, okay, how do we strip that weight off? Well, if it came naturally, we're going to have to go into a big caloric deficit, and we're going to have to probably cut back on the weight room and not lift. So you might decrease your muscle mass because of that caloric deficit. But in that process, there's so many other systems within the body that we affect. For example, we're going to weaken his muscles. We're going to weaken his tendons. We're going to weaken his overall joints. So now when you're landing with lower total ground reaction force. Yay, we won, right? But you're landing with weaker joints.
Yeah.
So at the joint level, it's actually more forces, right? So you got to be careful in how you go about doing that. Now, if you said, okay, he grinded in the weight room to gain it and he ate a caloric surplus, then it's okay, let's cut back on the weight room a little bit. Let's train a little different. Let's get to neutral calories. And then let's see what your body naturally does. And so then if his body naturally starts to strip down, great. We didn't compromise the system. We didn't compromise the tendons and the ligaments like we would if we went into some sort of crazy caloric deficit.
Yeah.
But as long as he keeps his body fat low, I think whatever his body naturally wants to have on the muscle mass standpoint, let him have it. Now, would we train to add mass? No, of course not. I think I would train him, as far as strength goes, I would train him more like a gymnast. Like, I want you to have all these different positional holds. I want your core to be crazy strong. We would do a lot of different isometric holds, long muscle lengths, short muscle lengths, so getting you stronger at the lengths that you're prone to injury. And then we would do a ton of like proprioception, kinesthetic awareness, knowing where your body is in space, different type of agility drills, because that is one of his superpowers, is the way he cuts, the way he moves. He's a ninja in the lane. And so we would want to take that and just enhance it, turn up that volume 2 times.
Yeah. For fun, where would you rank him from a viewer standpoint as far as athletes all time?
1.
Yeah.
I can't think of anybody else. I mean, LeBron, but no. I mean, like, there's really, you'd be reaching if you ranked anybody higher, because the way he cuts, the way he changes directions, the way he jumps off one leg with that kind of mass, that's insane.
Yeah.
I would expect him to be a good standing vertical jumper, because let's face it, he's an elite football player who happens to be playing basketball.
Yeah.
Like, Zion is the athletes that football gets that basketball just doesn't get. So normally they're very powerful and they're good from a standstill position. Like, you see NFL Combine jumping mid-40s from a standstill. But then they run and they jump and it's still the same. Like, it didn't go up because they don't have the mechanics. Have you ever seen a football player jump? Like, most of them, I know they'll get mad at me, but like, most of them run fast and then they just do like this weird, powerful jump stop and they wait and then they jump up. Yeah. It's like, why did you even run up? You killed all your momentum. But Zion has that level of power, yet he has perfect jump mechanics because he grew up playing basketball. So now he has power and he knows how to truly utilize that power and utilize that energy from the run up and turn it into vertical power. So yeah, he's a football player who happens to be playing basketball.